Hi guys, my name is David, and this is my first YouTube video. I'm really excited to share my journey with you and all the experiences that I've had right here in Singapore. So let me go ahead dive in and share with you on what sort of things that I have done right here in Singapore, and I think when it comes to think of it, there's so many things that I have I have done. I'm 35. I'm 35 years old now, and and I think the experience that I've had so far is that how I came to Singapore in 2006 to study here. All the all the research that I did when I came here, how I studied the schools, the universities, the colleges, the right course, all sorts of things with regards to someone studying here in Singapore. So I will be sharing a lot of information with you guys on that. I will be talking to you about how I got my first job. I will share with you as well on what are the right kind of jobs to look for, what you need to have, what you need to do to land a good job. I will even be sharing with you on my experiences when I went for the interview, and what are the things to take note of when I went for my first interview, and how I landed my first job, which was really interesting. And after getting my first job, and then I've spent many years working as an employee, and then after that, I got married right here in Singapore. I have a wonderful wife, and after that, we got our first home. So what you see behind me is actually, this is my mi casa. And this is something that I wanted to share with you on how we got the housing done, all the steps we had to go through, the apps we went to, how we did the research of getting a house, how we found the right people to look for the correct house, what is the right house to buy, and various other things, because right after, when we bought the home, and straight away we were in the middle of pandemic. So I also want to share with you my challenges, my experiences from being an employee to starting my own business in Singapore during pandemic, and I'm also going to share with you on how I started my business, my failure experiences, how I failed, how I started again, and then I failed again, and then I kept moving forward. I kept finding ways to how I can improve myself, and to becoming someone who is running a nanotechnology company right now. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to be talking to you about. I'm super excited about this channel. This is my first video. So I think there's going to be a learning process. It's going to be a lot of things. I'm going to be open with you, so of course you're most welcome to ask me any kind of questions that you have. I'm going to be as open to you as possible. I'll share as much as possible. I'll share with you on all the little details of what you need to sort of like have the right information before you come to Singapore. So if you're a student, if you're trying to find the right course, if you're planning to come to Singapore, you're looking for the right courses, you're looking for the right schools, the colleges, I'll be more than happy to share that with you, because a lot of times, I think something that I learned is that when I came to Singapore in 2006, now it's 2021, so I came to Singapore in 2006, and I remember when I first came here in Singapore, it was completely new. It was my first time outside of of, of India. Yeah, so I'm originally from New Delhi, in India, and it was a great experience. And when I came to Singapore, I did hospitality. I did my degree in events management in hospitality, and so that's how the whole career started of me finding my my niche, that you know what, okay, I wanted to go and study hospitality, and and right now I'm running a nanotechnology company. So nobody knows what can happen in future. I think the idea is that we just keep evolving ourselves. We keep learning. No matter what happens, we don't stop. We keep learning. We keep evolving. And I think that is something that I have learned in my 15, 16 years here in Singapore. So I'm going to be sharing a lot of things with you guys, because I've spent my time here in Singapore from the very bottom of my career, because the first job that I ever landed was right here in Singapore, which was in a five-star hotel. um, and I started off as the front desk staff. I've spent a lot of years. I kept working hard. There are no really, when people say there are no shortcuts, they are they are right. There are really no shortcuts in life. Um, but I think the one thing that kept me going is that I wanted to prove it to myself that when I continue to do the hard work, and continue to be my best version of myself, and I'm very sure that I will achieve success. I mean, being in position right now, that does not mean that I've already achieved success. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. Um, I'm just 35 years old, and right in the middle of pandemic, I've decided to change my career, move from an employee to an employer, to running a company, to starting our own business. So a lot of things have changed. There's so many things that I want to talk to you guys about, share my experiences with you. There are so many topics that I have in my mind. Right now, I've just decided to start my first video and share with you guys on my experience, and I'm super excited. So of course, at any point of time, I don't know how the video should be, the whole flow and process. I'm just going to be as genuine as possible to you guys, and share with you on my experience. And I think, coming back to 2006, the first year when I was studying here, I think one of the few things that I remember very clearly that I wanted to do is that I told myself that, you know what, I'm gonna try and and spend time with people from different cultures. That was one thing. If one thing that I can share with you, that if you want to be successful in an international platform, you have to learn to understand different cultures. You have to accept different cultures. As much as I can tell you, as much as I love my Indian food, you know, I mean, right now I can tell you that almost every day I want to enjoy my Indian food. I also learn to enjoy different cuisines. Of course, there's a lot of options available here in Singapore. Singapore is actually considered as a melting pot for so many different cultures. There's a lot of options available for vegetarians who are coming from India, and and there's so many great foods, so many great restaurants. There's so many options available here in Singapore, from different price range, from $3 to $4. You can get a simple meal to getting a proper meal for about $10. Of course, when I say dollars, I'm always talking about Singapore dollars. And um, and 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 there's so many things here in Singapore that I continue to learn. And I think one thing that I kept telling myself, that I'm gonna expand my my friend circle, and also talk to make friends with different cultures. The people here are very friendly. If you're nice to them, if you're friendly to them, they are very friendly to you as well. And I think that's one thing that I want to share with you, as an individual who came from New Delhi the very first time out of India. There was one thing that I told myself, is that when I'm talking to my friends, I'll find a way to keep talking to them in English. As much as I love um, my mother tongue, Hindi, of course, this is something um, that I always enjoy talking to my friends with. Um, um, कोई भी मैच हो, कोई भी क्रिकेट मैच हो, कोई भी खाने हो, कोई भी पार्टी हो, दोस्तों के साथ हमेशा हमेशा इट्स एक एक उत्साह के साथ जो हमेशा मैं बात करता हूँ दोस्तों के साथ, इट इज़ अमेजिंग. सो इसीलिए इसीलिए मैंने सोचा कि आप लोगों के साथ मैं ऑल्सो हिंदी में भी थोड़ा मैं बताऊँगा आपको कि कि और कौन सी चीज़ें हैं जो हमारे को ज़रूरत है, जिसकी हमारे को ज़रूरत है, जो हमारे को चाहिए. आप मेरे से कुछ भी, कोई भी तरीके का आप मेरे से आप क्वेश्चन पूछें. आप मेरे से बताएं कि आपको किस टॉपिक के ऊपर मैं आपके बारे में आपको बताऊं, उसके बारे में कुछ भी. अगर आप पढ़ाई करने कोशिश कर रहे हैं, पढ़ाई करने के लिए आप सिंगापुर आने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, तो आप मेरे को नीचे कमेंट्स में बताइए. यू कैन आस्क मी एनीथिंग ऑन on whatever that you want to ask, with regards to the courses, with regards to the school, because it's important to find out which college you are going to, because different kind of college specializes in different kind of subjects, different kind of studies. So that is very, very important when you're doing your research for your study. And a lot of time people ask and say that, oh David, what is the how do you get a job in Singapore? Is it very difficult to get a job in Singapore? So what happens? Okay, I'll be very honest with you. I think we all know we are right in the middle of pandemic. There are a lot of challenges in getting the job, but there was one thing that I kept telling my friends all the time, that that it all depends on you when you're getting a job. When you're trying to get a job, it does not depend on the not entirely depends on the quota system, because there's one thing that is it's here in Singapore which is very, very particular, is for an Indian national to come and work here in Singapore. There is this quota system, so that will also, this is something that I will also talk to you guys about. The S pass, the employment pass, the work permit. Ask me all these questions. I'll be more than happy to share with you on all these individual passes when you come to Singapore and you get. If you're trying to apply for a PR, you're an Indian national, you're trying to apply for a PR. Ask me on questions on that, because I've applied for my PR about 3-4 times. So I think I have a lot of experience in that area. So ask me any questions with regards to to the PR. I'll try and remember all the things that I have, the questions. Feel free to put that down in the comment section. If you're already an Indian national, and you're here in Singapore, you're looking for a place to rent. Um, Ask me. If you're looking for a place to rent, on what are the areas, which area to go for, the pricing in different parts of Singapore, go ahead and ask me those questions with regards to the rental. How is the rental like? The single room, the double room, a small HDB, a condo, a full landed property housing. Go ahead and ask me a question. I'll do my best to answer. Another thing that I want to share with you is that if you are already a PR in Singapore, and you're looking for housing here in Singapore, so go ahead and ask me questions on that. I'll be more than happy to share with you on what are the things that I did, what are the what are the the steps that I took to finding a home that suits my criteria, that something that I was looking for. My wife and I, we were looking forward to getting a simple HDB flat. The flat that I live in is a very simple, very humble three room flat. So in Singapore it's very different. A three-room flat in Singapore, when they say a three-room flat, it actually means 2 bedroom with a living room. So that's basically what I have. go ahead and ask me on interior designing. So I got my interior designing done in here in Singapore. With went through the whole experience of finding the right ID. Um, Go ahead and ask me questions on that, because I have I have quite a lot of experience in finding the right ID, and looking for the right person, the budget, the how much money do you need to have to uh, to do the whole renovation in the house. So there's so many things. I mean, if you are Indian national, or anyone who is trying to set up a business here in Singapore, go ahead and ask me that question. I will share with you on how I went ahead and I went about doing my registration of my first company, how I found secretarial services to help me take care of all the paperwork, how I uh, how I went, how I started and joined another company, and how I end up running a nanotechnology company. So so go ahead and ask me any questions with regards to this. I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. I'll do my best to answer your questions, and I think that is something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I'm super excited about this YouTube journey that I have. This is my first video, so I really appreciate that you guys would go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna do my best to answer all your questions. And in fact, if there is one particular topic that you want me to talk about on the next video, so please go ahead and put that in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to go ahead and do my next video on that particular topic. So if your topic is going to be the one that comes out all the time, and if your topic wins it, I will go ahead and do my next video on that topic. So thank you very much for joining me here in my first video. My name is David, and it is a pleasure. It's a pleasure, and thank you very much for joining me today in this journey. Let's continue to be the best always. Thank you.